After handing the queen's throne over to my sister, I faked my own death and got out of the capital. The emperor, the one I nearly died for and had long forgotten every scar on my body. I went back to Jiangnan, married my childhood sweetheart, and started a family. My lady, is that really you? You're alive. Why didn't you come back? His Majesty has been searching for you all these years. Sir, you've got the wrong person. I'm no lady, and I'm already married. The words had barely left my mouth when everyone around me dropped to their knees. I turned, and there was Xiao Zhelin standing in the doorway, staring me down. And just like that, the memories came flooding back. Back then, my childhood sweetheart was about to propose, until my father had me dragged back to the capital and forced me to marry the third prince, Xiao Zhelin. Xiao Zhelin was in love with my older sister, Liu Ruyan, but he knew marrying her was too dangerous. When he found out our family had another daughter, a low-born girl raised in Jiangnan, he asked for me instead. I refused, so my father threatened me. You either marry him, or I'll have the entire Shen family executed. In the end, my father made me a promise. Once the third prince takes the throne, I'll give you a death-faking pill. Then you can leave the palace and go find Shen Jingyan. I agreed, and I married Xiao Zhelin. Life in the palace was exactly as dangerous as I'd feared. Assassination attempts, poisoning, constant betrayal. I was hurt more times than I could count. But I never complained. I kept everything running smoothly and became his most reliable support. Finally, Xiao Zhelin took the throne. Everyone assumed I'd be named Empress. After all, I was the one by his side through it all. But he crowned my sister Liu Ruyan as Empress and gave me the title of Noble Consort instead. When the decree came down, my palace went dead silent. The servants held their breath, afraid I'd lose it like some disgraced concubine. But I just calmly accepted it and said quietly, "This concubine is grateful for your Majesty's grace." 7 days later, Xiao Zhelin paid me a rare visit. Dressed in imperial yellow, posture perfect, eyes cold and distant. "Yuning," he said, "do you have any complaints about my decision?" I quickly rose and bowed. This concubine wouldn't dare. Making my sister Empress was a wise decision. I have no objections whatsoever. These furs are gorgeous. From your hunt the other day, right? Are you giving them to me so I can make a cloak for the Empress? That only made the unease in Xiao Zhelin's chest grow heavier. Why wouldn't you think this was a gift for you? I quickly dropped to my knees. Your Majesty, please forgive me. How could I ever presume something like that? Watching me kneel like that only made his anger burn hotter. Fine. Have it done within a day. It's been cold lately and the Empress is fragile. She can't afford to catch a chill. As you wish. I bowed my head, but somehow my obedience only made him angrier, and he stormed out. I watched him go, briefly puzzled, then let it go. 5 more days, and the pill would kick in. I'd finally be free. Free from the palace, free from Xiao Zhelin. I'd go back to Jiangnan and find the one I truly loved. But right then, a figure in black crashed through the window. I barely had time to scream before a sharp pain hit the back of my neck, and everything went dark. When I came to, it was the howling wind that woke me. I forced my eyes open and realized I was bound high up on a city tower. From the other side of the tower, a raspy, unhinged voice rang out. "Never thought we'd meet again like this, brother. Xiao Zhelin, you took everything from me. Now let me show you what it feels like to lose someone you love. You can only save one of them. The other one, I'll push her off right now and watch her shatter on the ground below. And you'll spend the rest of your life drowning in guilt." In the torchlight, Xiao Zhelin's expression was terrifying. His fists were clenched so tight the veins on his hands were bulging. His gaze kept shifting between me and Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan was already falling apart, sobbing hysterically, screaming, "Your Majesty, save me! I'm so scared! I can't die, please, Your Majesty!" I just stared quietly at the ground below. No fear, no hope, completely calm, like none of this had anything to do with me. "I choose the Empress." "Ha! Perfect!" Xiao Jiu let out a wild laugh and signaled his men to free Liu Ruyan, shoving her toward the door that led to safety. She scrambled down from the tower as fast as she could. She threw herself into Xiao Zhelin's arms, sobbing uncontrollably. Meanwhile, Xiao Jiu grinned and slowly walked toward me. "Well then, goodbye, noble consort." A volley of crossbow bolts tore through the air, hitting Xiao Jiu and his men dead in their vital spots. Xiao Jiu's body went rigid, that manic grin still frozen on his face. With the very last of his strength, he shoved me as hard as he could. I was already hanging over the edge, and I fell. "Yuning!" Xiao Zhelin watched helplessly as my small figure dropped from the tower like a kite with a broken string. It felt like an invisible hand had seized his heart and squeezed. He could barely breathe. He sprinted toward me like a man losing his mind. "Ninger! Zhao Yuning!" He dropped to his knees and carefully lifted me into his arms. My face was deathly pale, blood at the corner of my lips, eyes shut, but I still had a faint breath. "Get the royal physician, now!" His voice cracked with a panic I had never heard from him before. Just then, Liu Ruyan nearby let out a low groan, dark blood trickling from her lips, and collapsed. "Ruyan!" Xiao Zhelin startled. Liu Ruyan grabbed his sleeve, barely able to speak. "That traitor forced me to swallow some kind of pill earlier. I don't know what it was. Your Majesty, am I going to die?" "Don't worry about me. Go check on my sister first." Xiao Zhelin swept her up into his arms and rushed toward the nearest hall, voice tight. "Physician! Where is the physician?" I was carried back to my chambers. The moment the physician checked my pulse, his face went pale. "This can't be right. Why has her pulse collapsed so suddenly?" He checked again, but my pulse was erratic and fading fast. My consciousness was slipping away under the weight of pain and cold. I knew exactly what it was. The pill was kicking in right on time. I lay there staring up at the canopy above me as everything slowly faded to black. Go! Tell the Emperor now! The noble consort is dying. How is she dying? She fell from the tower. I checked. It was just surface wounds. Xiao Jilin rushed to the bedside and leaned over me. I lay there perfectly still, skin white as paper, lips drained of color. My lashes rested quietly against my cheeks, casting soft shadows on my face. Xiao Jilin reached out, fingers trembling, and held them under my nose. Nothing. She's not dead. She can't be. If you can't bring her back, every single one of you will pay with your lives. The physician knelt, shaking. Your Majesty, please. The noble consort has no pulse. Her body is already cold. She has passed. Useless quack! She was alive just now. I watched them carry her in myself, and it was just surface wounds. How is she dead?